Wowee, wowee. Look at that. Did I not call it or what? Wow, there's a few things here in this week's that trading, sessions that really are both depressing as hell, just because we're still bearish as we've ever been. The markets are really depressed, but my intuition on where we're going is getting stronger. I feel like my models are actually working. The predictive power of the gann fan, right? Unbelievably simple tool, and I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. My analysis, though, has been giving me very, very on target results. And yeah, we can't predict the future, but we can really start to see where it's likely to be hitting resistance and support along the way. And I've been looking at this chart. I produced this chart originally at the beginning of the week. Is this 29th? What was the 29th? That September, yeah, something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago, basically. And I'm going to do the same thing next week. We're going to look at it for what it is, and it's been a very sideways, kind of trading week, up and then down. And I didn't know where we were going. We could have, I laid out a few scenarios where we could have been hitting 13, and I actually did think that this week, there was a 50-50 probability today that we went up then as we went down. And we went down. And in retrospect, actually, it made sense based on some of the other trading, like in MSTR. I told you guys, look, we have these large amounts of liquidity locked up. Here's the lockup space here up in the 350 zone. Here's the lockup space in the 300 to 320 zone, right? We are going to go and recapture this. If you're not accumulating right now as we speak, you are making a mistake, right? This is not financial advice, but here's the way I see it. And I've said this. I said this, look back in my previous videos. Back here, we had two options. We're either going to go up and fill this before we go down, or we're going to go down and then come back up and fill this. So actually, what feels like a terribly bearish moment in time is extremely bullish. We have not only maintained our bullish momentum, even though we're going down, we're on the right side here. What happens over the weekend could be a fake out, because there is still, not a fake out exactly, but there is still one set of nasty liquidity down here that if we open up, if we go down and touch 12,000 Bitcoin on Monday or Tuesday, we're going to open up and just demolish every single long trader out in the market. And it is going to be ugly if you're holding longs, because there is still a large, if we look back even further, I'd have to pull the charts back, but there is a gap in this area from the very start of when MSTR really started investing. They put $1 billion into Bitcoin at that point, and that's actually, maybe not coincidentally, the same time the bull market really started firing off in a way which actually turned out to be a massive fake out, right? A massive fake out. We are all suffering for it. But as we see, as we're going down now, we're leaving gaps here. And I'll update this chart in the near future. I haven't had a chance to do it. I'm just looking at this stuff today. But there are now gaps forming on the upside, right? Here's another gap. Every one of these gaps is going to be filled in time. It might take a day. Most gaps are filled within 24 hours. But it might take a week, it might take a month, it might take a quarter, it might take a year or two. We will come back to these levels. We will come back to these levels. Mark my words. And that's what I was saying. And we are exactly like, look at this. I called this bottom, and it wasn't like it was hard. I called this bottom, and look, no coincidence. This bottom, where is the bottom, guys? Right here. Right here. We got stuck here. We got stuck here. We bounced here. We got stuck here. Okay? Now we are clearing the market makers' liquidity, whatever. I mean, whenever someone's trading, there's a market maker on the other side, and they're holding the opposite side that's being bought. And they will eventually come back to get their trades in reverse paid back to them. And they will have made all the fees and everything in between and just absolutely destroyed everybody who's getting liquidated along, 90% of the market right now is underwater, or whatever the number is. I didn't look, but it's crazy, right? We've absolutely destroyed most retail traders who are not thinking longer than a year in this case. I mean, if you're not holding stuff for more than a year, you're in the hole right now and probably liquidated. And I'm sorry, that's okay if in fact you're thinking long term, but short term, we will be coming back to refill these. Okay, I can update these charts, get rid of these now because these have been filled. So we knew that this was going to be the case, that we are going to come down here and fill these, and we did. Now, we also, as I just said, we know we'll be back up in these 300 range, 350 to 300. This range will be filled. Let's say it takes another month. Let's say it takes another 2 months. It might be like, boom, there's a nice golden pocket here that's going to be resistance. We can get through that, and then we're going to turn that into support, into the future, going into the end of the fall, going into the end of the year. Who knows, exactly how it'll play out. But again, unfortunately, here's that level actually where we do have some past liquidity that needs to be filled still, but it will be filled. And so you should be accumulating slowly and just patiently buying in. DCAing is probably the safest bet. And then when we get up to these levels, definitely be looking for these important levels, like the previous golden pockets from the previous dumps. This level is going to be a good one to sell at, to then rebuy back at this level, right? And we'll see how it plays out. Hold me to my word. Tell me I'm wrong when I am, and I'll know it because I'm going to be acting on this data. I'm really excited actually right now because I haven't been able to see these things play out like this quite as I am now, right? I was selling in this zone because I suspected that this was a failure on, resisting through that, through the golden pocket here, indicated to me that we're probably going to be going down and reclaiming this down here, which means Bitcoin has to go down. I don't know how else to say it, but MSTR is essentially Bitcoin index. And there are billions and billions, hundreds, tens of billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin essentially are being invested into MSTR, which means there is that much money that's essentially a proxy for Bitcoin. And that's where, it matters. So if someone needs to reclaim this liquidity down here for MSTR, they're going to move Bitcoin down so that MSTR goes down and affects the market in this way. There is layers to this onion, right? And let's see. My suspicion is we hit a bottom. This is going to be the bottom. Next week is going to be an up week. Who knows what the weekend's going to be? It could be still a nasty weekend actually. All the way, volumes are low, and if market makers just want to make this a quick Band-Aid pool, they might just rip us down into this 115 level, right? 100 and whatever it is but this is a relatively small one. So, it might take us to get up to this. They'll capture a bunch of shorts along the way and then rip us down. It could still play out that way, but my suspicion is eventually this will, it's going to hurt, but this still is on the radar for getting cleaned. And unfortunately, anyone who's holding longs is going to be feeling that pain. Respectfully to the CRO trades, I mean, CRO and all alts, everything is going to be following what the general market does, which of course is counter to what DXY is doing. And the DXY is actually, of course, raging towards the upside right now, but it will turn around. We are hitting all-time highs or local highs, anyways, for DXY, and that's to say that people are pulling their money out of other assets and buying US dollars with it. So that's what's happening here, right? As we're pushing, as this is going down, it means we're converting into, and it's not just MSTR, of course, it's the entire, crypto market. There's tens of billions of dollars. It's not only that, it's NASDAQ, it's everything all over the place. They're moving a lot of it into Euro again. Euro has been picking up a lot of speed as well. And my CRO trades, if we just change gears a little bit, have also been pretty on par with reality, right? I said that, look, we had some pretty clear end of week projections, which is actually to today. We still might pull back to a double bottom here at 1150 or so. And again, depending on what the rest of the market does, we might pull down and even go deeper into 11. And well, it's actually a bottomless pit all the way down to, well, we're not going to hit zero, but there is a deep, the next major level for what I can tell, projected out to the end of the year, is down here at one penny, right? And the next level that we fall through, oh man, yeah, this is not looking good, right? If what I just said is true, and this is actually a projection that could be, there's fractals, right? So what we see in Bitcoin, we're going to see in CRO, we're going to see in Ethereum, we're going to see in MSTR. It looks a little different in every case because the volumes are different, the total number of coins available is different, the amount of activity on the exchange is different, but ultimately they're going to be very, they're going to reflect each other. And if we look, if this projection here is accurate, the next move down is going to be gross, right? It's another 50% drop, which would align with MSTR 50% drop from 2 to around 1, Bitcoin from 20 to 10. Like, that makes sense, right? Oh God, do I hope that is not going to happen. But this is ugly, right? We might not be done with this bear market, but the bear market is going to be in this zone, right? This is the rest of the bear market zone. And from what I can tell, it fits the existing picture, right? This beautifully fits the picture, right, to the end of the year. I mean, in the most dark and unpleasant way possible, though, right? So we have a 50% downside to the end of the year. I'm calling it. But if we stay, even if we stay above this line the whole time, right, we're still going down, right? And it's still going to be ugly. And we have found that we generally, every one of these lines, we can then half it and we can see, yep, that's about right? I mean, look, there's this ratio. This is the Fibonacci ratio within the gann fan, and its projection over time is beautiful, right? So that's the 50% mark, or close to the golden, the golden pocket. It's going to be somewhere in there, right? It's going to be in this range somewhere. So, we can expect. Look, it lines up perfectly, and I'm just doing this like by hand. So here's the range for the upside. Even as we go through the year, right? Here can be a decent plan for where your top side projections, your support projections are going to be if we continue in the bear run, or in the bear market. So, well, yeah. What does it mean? It means we should be in this zone accumulating like crazy shorts, right? Sell your longs, accumulate your shorts every time, anytime, especially if we go in the higher zones. If we are under this, we should be, here's even 50% of the 50%, right? So it's like, which is exactly right where we are now, funny enough. If we take, so I'm doing this all on the fly. I'm just thinking out loud, right? I don't know what I'm talking about. This is me just talking baloney, right? Don't listen to me. This is not sophisticated at all, right? But does it make sense? That's the question. Is it lining up? Yes, it is. That's what's so incredible to me right now. And I just can't stop seeing it. Okay. So, oh man, but that really makes me bearish all of a sudden. I wish I would have thought about this and seen it, seen this coming 6 months ago. Jesus, I would have saved a lot of money and stress. I'm essentially broke in terms of my long-term trades at this point because I thought, just like everybody else, that we're going to just go forever. But clearly, there have been lines. There have been lines in trading, trading this for the entire year. This has been someone's plan. This is no coincidence, right? However, actually, again, as I'm continuing to talk, I do see that we've potentially passed over, we passed from the bullish, this was the bull market maybe, and now we're in the bear market since May, which makes sense, right? That's about right. It's felt like it's bear market since longer than that, but we did just actually pass back into the bull side of this trend. So where's the next target? Okay. I'm trading long still right now. Maybe now that I'm thinking about this even more from this perspective, I've been leaning towards short. If you watch my videos, I have been saying that I think we're still in the bear market. We're going to be, rather looking for spaces to accumulate long shorts. However, I've been attempting, because I kept feeling like we were going to be moving up. I did make some money. Actually, sorry, not there. I'm on a day time frame. I did make some money in this space here, trading some longs, and I thought we might be moving up a bit more for various reasons, which I'm not going to have time in this video. I only have about 2 more minutes to talk today, but I did have some reasons that I talked about in the previous videos to think that we would be going long for the short term, and I have been stopped out. And so now I'm looking for places to accumulate accumulate longs again. And it looks like, the right place to do that. Let's go into the hourly chart here. The right place to do that is going to be actually where I have been around the 1180 to 12, as I talked about yesterday. So I've been accumulating in that zone. So I'm in longs right now, which are looking okay. So when do I get out of these now? Well, it looks like the most obvious place is going to be somewhere in the 12 region. Let's see. Can I go out a little bit further? So September 10th. Let's turn on September 10th and see where we're at. So September 10th. September 10th is going to be. It's going to be here. Actually, no, I don't see it. Where is it? Oh yeah, okay, it's further out. Okay, so here's the next level. Okay, it looks like actually I should be exiting around the 12s, which does line up with. Did that line up with that? Yeah, that lined up pretty good actually with what I was just about to say, around the 12 point, which what I need to be looking for now is, do we stay above 12 and falling along this line? If we do, we can potentially be looking at the next level, which is 12.17. So that's probably where I'll be exiting the majority of my trades, and then accumulating longs here, and maybe hoping for something like this, into this space. And anyways, I've run out of time for today. I'll dive in a little bit deeper to my trading plan next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.